it's hard to believe for people that don't know what life is like in North Korea, the reality of you growing up in North Korea. But just talking about how you essentially had no food and you would go looking for bugs to eat.
Yeah.
This was the reality of your existence as a child, that there was no protein.
Yeah.
Now that you live here in America and you can kind of eat whatever you want, when you look back on that, what does it seem like to you? Does it seem like reality? Does it seem like a dream? What does your childhood seem like?
It's sometimes this feels like dream.
This feels like a dream.
Yeah, so I pinched myself a lot in the beginning because they say if it's not dream, it hurts, right? When you pinch yourself. So a lot of times I pinch myself because sometimes I'm really horrified if I wake up from this, that I'm going to wake up in my living room in North Korea. So it's sometimes that line is very blurry to me. And because the one common thing that North Koreans all have is actually in our dreams when we sleep, it's back in North Korea. So in our dream, we somehow never able to escape it. So every day my mom wakes up, like she tells me about a story how she was back in North Korea. And I have the exact same thing. No matter what, how many years we left afterwards, in our dreams we are still in that country.
So that's the nightmare. The nightmare is that you're still trapped in North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
When you lived there, you didn't know that there was another way to live.
No. It's like here right now, we cannot imagine a life in some different planet in the universe. Right? We just don't know what that life looks like. Exactly the same thing. I never knew the life in different planet could be like.
And where you lived in North Korea, there was no internet.
Yeah.
There's very little electricity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how much education did you get?
I never even seen the map of the world. So as even Asian, I did not even know that I was Asian. So the regime told me I was a Kim Il-sung race.
Kim Il-sung race.
Yeah, and then the North Korean calendar begins when Kim Il-sung was born. That's like to Taiwan, that our history begins. So I don't even know what Jesus Christ is. And I don't know anything before Kim. So there was everything before Kim, the history was erased for us. But the thing is that we are hungry, we're starving. If you eat breakfast, you worry about lunch. If you make it to dinner, you are not sure if you're going to make it to tomorrow. So in that scenario, who thinks about history? Nobody thinks about anything other than surviving. And that is why precisely Kim Jong-un keeping us starving mode. Even though the UN, the international organizations, begging to give food and formula to North Korean people, but Kim Jong-un is just saying no to this food aid because he doesn't want us to be fed.
So he's purposely starving the people to keep them weak so that all they think about is surviving, so they don't think about revolution.
It's a Hunger Games. It's like when I was reading this book, Hunger Games, I literally like, oh my God, this person copied North Korea. There's a capital. You divide into 13 different districts. Capital people have everything they need. And on other provinces, their own purpose, they're being starved. So only thing you can think of, your survivor. If you are full in your stomach, right, you're going to start thinking about meaning of life, art, what's out there in the universe. You can do all of that higher thinking when you are full in your stomach. But when you're hungry, the only thing that matters is your hunger.
When did North Korea become what it is now? When did it shift to this totalitarian regime that's starving its people and puts people in these classifications? Like for one example, one of the classifications is if your grandfather or great-grandfather committed some sort of a sin, you are perpetually punished for that. Yeah. Everyone in your generation, your next generation, all of them are guilty.
Yeah, forever. There's no redemption. If the one person commits a crime in that family clan, 3 to 8 generations gotta be purged.
How many generations?
3 to 8 generations.
3 to 8?
Yes. Mostly commonly 3, but the people like who challenge the regime or challenge the leader, then 8 generations get
8
purged.
generations.
Yeah.
And then after the 8th generation, are they absolved?
No, they're all gone.
They're all gone.
But by 8th generation, you even kill the in-laws of somebody in-law. So not even the blood you get purged. If your cousin, somebody marrying the in-law of somebody, so there was one official who escaped, 35,000 people were purged. A lot of them, 80% of them, did not even know that they were related to this person.
Wow.
Yeah, cousins of cousins, somebody. That's how they get rid of the root of entire this clan.
When did this all start?
When Kim Il-sung came into power, so he was a big Marxist and Leninist, and he was a communist. So before the Korean War in 1948, that's when he began this in the name of equality, right? Let's take everything back from the capitalist. Let's nationalize the land, get rid of private property. But he made North Korea into very unequal society, dividing people into 50 different classes.
50?
Yeah.
And the way the classes worked, you couldn't marry up.
No.
Say, like, if you were a higher class and a man wanted to marry you, if he was lower class, you would then become a lower class as well.
That's how they prevent the mixing with the class. So there's no marrying up. You only go down.
So no matter what happens, if you are at a lower class, you stay there forever.
Forever. No chance of moving out of that zone.
And it's not based on merit. It's not based on your performance. It's not based on anything other than the way you were born.
No. This is when I was confused. When I went to South Korea, people say, if you work hard in South Korea, you are going to get rewarded. And that's when I thought, wow, that is justice. Because in North Korea, doesn't matter what you do, what you want to do, what your dreams are. It's already determined by what your ancestors did.